Mr. Weinberger, is the net still underhyped?
Yes, the net is still underhyped. Absolutely. We're just at the very beginning of it. We're still coming up with major innovations that we know about, and undoubtedly innovations we don't know about yet. And some of these innovations deeply affect how we are together as people, how we talk, how we connect, what we mean to one another. Absolutely, the net is underhyped. It affects our ideas of ourselves deeply, just as it affects how we put ourselves together.
How do market conversations work?
The old idea was that in order to get information about a product or a service, you had to go to the business because they were the only ones who knew about it. Once customers start to be connected, we can find one another on the web. We've been able to do that now for 15 years. We discover quickly that we are a far better source of information than the businesses because we're not trying to sell each other stuff, and because we see the products at work in the real world and we discover strengths and weaknesses, and because these markets are big, these networked markets, so there are almost always there are experts in it who have deep knowledge of how, and they contribute. So we get market conversations that are far more truthful and far more aligned with real needs and how things really work, and that's by far almost always the best source of information now.
You say the information age is coming to an end. Which age are we entering now?
Well, there are a number of ways of talking about the age that we're entering, and people have tried different ways, and I think they're all right. I mean, the age of connection, the age of the network, the age of the web. I think the age of abundance. Abundance is a very important characteristic, since almost all previous ages have been characterized by dealing with scarcity. But when it comes now to ideas and connectedness, we are absolutely in an age of abundance. I also personally think that we are in an age of what I think of as the miscellaneous, or you may want to think of as the creative chaos of the digital. And the reason why I think that's important, among all of those, it has some importance, because so much of how we understand our world and work in our world has been based upon how we organize it, how we slice it up and put it into categories and pigeonholes and Schulblatte. In the digital age, one of the very important things that happens is that we don't have to make those sorts of decisions, single decisions about what this thing is. And that's a change in authority and how we know things and who gets to be an expert. So I think that's an important characteristic of the coming, or the existing age actually, that we're in.
Which opportunities and challenges does the net offer?
It's a very hard question to answer, because the net has opened up not an opportunity here or an opportunity here. It's changed the nature of how opportunity works. This is genuinely a new field, a new playing field, and it's not marked out for any particular game. We get to play as many games on this playing field as we want, and we get to invent new ones, including games that have new ways of succeeding, new goals. It turns out that some of the most outrageously successful, impossible projects that have succeeded the motivations, the reasons why people are playing are unexpected. It have nothing to do with what we've been taught about why we do things. We work in order to get paid. Well, not for Wikipedia we don't, not for Linux we don't. Arguably the world's best operating system, built entirely by volunteers out of love. I mean, it's hard to say. It would be a mistake to say the opportunity is here. No, the opportunity is.
Can you please give us one short statement about the Congress? No, yeah, it can be a long statement, but about the Congress.
It's really important that for all of the virtue and wonder of being able to connect online continuously and find new people and share and collaborate, it's really important to get together person to person, face to face. It is still by far the richest way we have of communicating, and it's the fastest and deepest way we have of connecting. So congresses like this, if there were, are essential to moving forward in the digital world.
Can you please, last question, tell us how digital are you?
Well, I'm online all day, so I'm pretty digital, but I'm 57, so I'm a little old for this, and there's some important pieces of the digital infrastructure that I use as a tourist, not as an actual user. Facebook, for example. I'm on Facebook, but I do it all wrong. I don't use it the right way, the way that my kids and other kids that age do. So it's intensely important to me. I have more friends, my social connection is done online than in the real world. But I wouldn't use me as a good example.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.